In the 14th century, one man became so rich that when he traveled through Egypt, he accidentally crashed the price of gold. Not for days, not for months, for more than a decade. His name was Mansa Musa, and according to many historians, he was the richest human being who has ever lived. While Europe struggled through the Middle Ages, a powerful empire flourished in West Africa, the Mali Empire. At its height, Mali controlled vast trade routes across the Sahara Desert and produced enormous quantities of gold. Its ruler was Mansa Musa. Modern estimates place his wealth at the equivalent of around $400 billion, making him wealthier than any billionaire alive today. His fortune came from gold mines in Bambouk and Bure, as well as the lucrative salt trade that connected West Africa with North Africa and the Mediterranean world. Some historians estimate that Mali controlled nearly half of the world's known gold production during this period. The cities of Timbuktu, Djinguereber, and Gao became centers of trade, culture, and learning. Merchants arrived from across Africa, Arabia, and the Mediterranean. Caravans carrying gold, salt, ivory, and textiles crossed the desert for months at a time. Mali was not a forgotten corner of the world. It was one of the wealthiest and most influential empires on earth. Then came the journey that made Mansa Musa famous forever. In 1324, he set out on the Hajj, the pilgrimage to Mecca. The caravan was unlike anything the world had ever seen. Thousands of attendants, soldiers, servants, and officials accompanied him. Dozens of camels carried enormous amounts of gold. As the caravan crossed Africa and entered Egypt, people gathered simply to witness the spectacle. When Mansa Musa arrived in Cairo, he distributed gold on a scale never before seen. He gave gifts to officials, merchants, scholars, and ordinary people. The result was extraordinary. So much gold entered circulation that the value of gold reportedly fell across Egypt. Some historical accounts suggest the economic effects lasted for years. But Mansa Musa was more than a wealthy ruler. He was also a builder. After returning from Mecca, he invested heavily in education, architecture, and religion. He commissioned the famous Djinguereber Mosque in Timbuktu and supported institutions of learning throughout the empire. The University of Sankore became one of Africa's great centers of scholarship. Students studied mathematics, astronomy, law, literature, and theology. At a time when many parts of the world had limited access to education, Timbuktu attracted scholars from across Africa and the Islamic world. After Mansa Musa's death in 1337, the empire slowly weakened. Internal conflicts and rival powers reduced Mali's influence. Eventually, the Songhai Empire rose and replaced Mali as the dominant force in the region. By the late 16th century, the once mighty empire had largely disappeared. Today, many people know the names of kings and emperors from Europe and Asia. Yet few have heard of Mansa Musa, a man whose wealth surpassed that of modern billionaires, a ruler who transformed cities into centers of learning, and a king whose journey changed economies across continents. This is not myth. This is documented African history, and it remains one of the most extraordinary stories the world has ever known.